everyone, welcome back to my channel. Matt Sauer here with Different Mortgage, and today I want to talk about something that's very important to our military service members. It's near and dear to my heart. It's a VA loan. Just by way of a little bit of background, I grew up in pretty much a family history of the Army. My dad's been grandfather's World War II. My dad's a wounded Vietnam vet who, after losing an eye, wanted to go back and found a way to get back and went and did a second tour in Vietnam. My brother's active duty, 21 years, cousin 18 years, another cousin 13, aunt and uncle. So pretty much everyone in my family. I'm one of the only few that didn't go, but regardless, it's like it's a big part of who I am. It's a big part of my family, so I have a big heart for that. Today I want to talk about the VA loan specifically and 4 different ways that it can be used. So what I just said, going along with that, it can be used in 4 ways. One is the purchase loan. This is the biggest one. The biggest benefit is on a VA loan, you can get buy a place with 0% down. And that is huge, especially I live in San Diego. I can do loans everywhere, but San Diego specifically, the cost of entry is really high. So if you can put 0% down, that is a huge advantage. Now, typically, for non-veterans, they have something called FHA. They can do 3.5% down, but all those other loans, you got to pay something called PMI. That's private mortgage insurance, which is insurance the bank makes you pay for to make sure they're covered in case anything ever happens and, for some reason you lose the house, they get their money back. So VA loans, you don't have to pay that. That's covered by, Department of Veteran Affairs. So you're covered there. So that's huge. 0% down, no PMI. There is something called a funding fee. If you're out of the military and you have a 10% or more disability rating, you don't have to pay it. If you're active duty, first time use, second time use, down payment, no down payment can affect what that funding fee is. They do allow you to finance it, which is huge. So if that's your only way to get in the home, I still think it's worthwhile. There's strategy in that too of how you go about that. Do we try to get a credit from the bank to cover that? Is it worth having you pay it? And that's an analysis that we could look into. There is something called a one-time close construction loan in areas where people actually want to build. Not the easiest thing to do. It's typically you got to be in those areas that aren't as high cost, but it is available where they have a one-time close like VA construction loan. So if you're trying to build, that's always a possibility. The next biggest loan to look at is it's called the interest rate reduction loan, the VA IRRRL, as you've probably heard of it. That's a great loan. So basically right now we're in a high rate market. So if you have an existing VA loan, as long as it's been over 210 days from your first payment and you can drop it at least 0.5%, you can refinance with no appraisal, no income, no asset documentation, and there's the funding fee that on a purchase up here, if you don't have a disability rating, it's like way down here on an IRRRL. So the cost is way down. So it's a huge benefit. So it's kind of like, hey, if you can buy something, we know we have high rate market. When rates come down, we can take advantage of that at really low cost. And that's again what I was saying earlier. A lot of the companies try to charge high margins and make a lot of money on these VA loans. I don't, so I can pass that savings on to you and you pretty much get it done at no cost at probably the same rate someone else is gonna quote. So again, that's an interest rate reduction loan, which is a huge benefit and something you're definitely gonna wanna do. Another loan to look at is the VA cash out loan. This may be a situation where you have, you're sitting on a lot of equity, you need cash, you may even wanna pull cash out and buy another property. That's an option. And you can go up to higher loan to values than conventional. Again, you have no PMI, that private mortgage insurance, but it's a numbers thing. You have to look at what is my goal? Does it make sense? That's what I wanted to share about VA loans specifically. And then again, like I said, sharing from my heart was just, hey, I'm here. I'm genuinely looking out for any service member because I know the sacrifice it is to families or that they go through in giving their time and separation from their families and the sacrifice. So if you ever need anything or you want just any information, please feel free to reach out. Love to help you.